in truth, if I had read a script that gave me the lead and I was not happy about the script, I wouldn't do it. At this point in my career, I really now do what I want to do. And it was just a wonderful script with a wonderful character. And I guess I thought, well, how great, it's a leading role, but it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't make any difference in the work at all.
What was it about Thelma that appealed to you the most when you had that reaction to the script? What grabbed you about her?
That she was willing to try, that she was willing to go into the world to get what she wanted.
Fred and June, I felt like one of my favorite things about the film is the rapport that your characters have, watching Mission Impossible movies together, sort of helping her out, helping Thelma out with the sort of tech stuff. I'm wondering how you all built rapport off set to sort of channel that relationship, like from the time that you first met until sort of through the shoot.
We were mortal enemies on set. We were like we were the Vin Diesel and The Rock of our movie. They actually green screened the whole thing. We could we're friends. So it's when we met, I remember exactly the day I came. She let me come over and we read through the script.
You and Josh came to my apartment, and it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, we really liked each other from the beginning, so it wasn't hard.
Do you guys have any like fun activities that you do for fun when you're just hanging out as friends and not working?
She's put me on to the best smoothies in LA.
We eat.
Yeah.
We do lunch or dinner.
LA Times readers want to know where you guys get your smoothies from.
Oh, Quench.
Okay.
And there's one in I live in Sherman Oaks. There's one there.
Okay.
So I still, I live in New York, but somewhat frequently-ish, I come to LA. So whenever, whenever I'm back in town, we do a Quench stop.
He comes for lunch or dinner.
Yeah.
And Fred said this the other day, I thought it was really wise, that there's a skipped generation thing where what Josh has beautifully done is set their relationship against two very nervous helicoptery parents played by myself and Parker, who are super worried about if he's going to launch effectively and does he have his correct driver's license renewed. And what's really struck me watching the film here is Thelma just has this, not even worried about it, faith in him. You're going to be fine.
I was actually going to ask you about, because one of the things that I think is so strong about the movie is the two storylines about sort of Fred's character's growth and about Thelma's independence really dovetail nicely together. In part because the overprotective parents are kind of in the middle, sort of playing that on both sides. Clark, you're a parent. I was wondering if you could talk a little, like, what's your parenting style?
Well, let's just say I didn't have to do a lot of research into over-managing, My daughter's 22. I'm scared for her to see this movie. She's going to never let me hear the end of it because she's going to say I was just basically playing myself. I think it's generational. Our generation of I'm not alone in being this kind of awful parent. I'm super close with my daughter, and she sometimes, what should I say in this text? And I think, oh, I know just what you should say. And I think, wait, no, shut up. And I think it comes from a really sweet place and a way where we kind of want to be more involved. And in some ways, we stay involved with our kids longer than maybe my parents did. And yet it doesn't always foster independence.
Fred, on the flip side, I mean, one of the biggest laughs I got out of the movie is your character in the gas station screaming, "I'm such a little bitch." And I was, you're still pretty young and obviously quite successful, but I was wondering if you have had or have moments where you can identify with that feeling.
It's happened 4 times today already. Yeah, completely. I mean, I find life, wonderful, but also generally confusing as well. Like, there's so many things that I'm always like, when did these other people learn this? What was the textbook that everybody read to figure out life? And you're sitting there, not able to get to the right location or whatever it is. It's I find I've had to try and learn how to not be destroyed by the small little things that don't add up, and taking those and exploding them into larger things.
I wanted to ask you, June, about Richard Roundtree. Most of your screen time is spent with the late Richard Roundtree on this sort of caper adventure. And I'm wondering if you could just talk a little bit about the mark that he left on you through that experience.
He left a tremendous mark on me. I loved every minute with him. He was such a great guy. And it was such a joy, you know, to come in and know that it was going to be Richard that I was going to be working with. And he, you know, do that, all that scooter work with him sitting very straight and strong behind me was wonderful, just knowing he was there. No, and it's a great loss to me, it really is.
On a lighter note, I also wanted to ask you guys about phone scams. I don't know about you, but like unknown caller is like probably the most frequent person that I hear from on my phone. Have any of you encountered like a particularly scary or funny or strange, memorable phone scam in your real lives?
I get them on text and email all the time. And what amazes me is their lack of, well, they're dumb because they say to me, I have a Chase debit card. I don't have a Chase debit. I have a Chase credit card, but not a debit.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him. Oh,
What's the number? No.
you see now there you go. Thank God you're here, Clark.
Either that or Clark is the scammer.
Hey, you don't know that for sure. You don't. But I am staying at the nicest room of anybody, so you do the math.
On your own.
Yes. No, it's on your credit card, frankly. Your Chase card is. Don't be angry at me, but.
After doing a film like this, after having done so much in your career, is there something that you haven't tried yet that you are looking to do next?
God, a Western.
Oh Jesus.
I've never done a Western, and I rode when I was young. I rode a lot, and I was pretty good at it, and I don't know that I could still ride even, but I think I could, you know, be a grandma on the prairie or whatever. You know, it would be fun. I've never done one.
You could be a gunfighter. They don't
gunfighter?
see you coming.
Yeah.
They don't see
You don't
as the
have to ride
fastest
a
draw.
horse?
No, you stand there in the
Just
middle of the
and
street.
draw.
Yeah, draw. You've
I could
already
do
done some
that.
really strong pistol work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.